Welcome back to Marvel Puzzle Quest with me, P.I. McLeod. Been a while, but as you see, we hit the milestone of 3130. We have, let's see, a few days to go before we get a mighty token, 50 more HP, nothing much to talk about there. Let's talk about why I haven't streamed in the last couple days. And when I say a couple days, probably like a week. It's probably my longest hiatus in a while. Just a real quick note, nothing's wrong. There's more like issues on my own side. Just a couple of personal issues in life came up, and I missed the last Crash the Titans on stream. I obviously got it in, but waited to the last minute. I was trying to squeak out time for it, couldn't make that time, and I apologize. It was Echo, and Echo's Crash the Titans, and it wasn't too bad of a deal. I hope everyone had a decent time with it themselves. But, you know, I apologize I wasn't able to get that one out. Also, I really wanted to get a stream out there for this, the Infinite Pursuit glitch that happened. That was, I don't know, I'm sure some of you had to have seen it. During the first two slots of time, you know, throughout the event. If you signed up, you know, within the first 2 time slots, you could hit all 4 of the sub, you know, events, you know, out of time being the last of them. You hit all 4 of them within a nice, like, what was it, like 6-hour period, something like that. And if you did, you could get all those rewards, and then they reset the entire thing because that was obviously not meant to be like that. So you could run it again. Now, at the time, I wanted to just run a video that evening of Infinite Pursuits 4 challenge nodes. So these green nodes for shield level 10, you know, like this one for example, I wanted to run a video of all 4 challenge nodes back to back to back to back, and, you know, have that be like a feature thing, like something that we'll never ever get to see again. But unfortunately they hot fixed it. You know what the story is now. We had to play later slots. My event is still live now when it normally would be done by now. Oh well. But that was that. What are we here today for? One simple small thing. Deadpool dailies, Crash the Titans. Let's get me back on track. Yeah, I don't know why I ever fall off track. Well, I do kind of know why, but never mind that. We're going to go off against Vulture today. He's set at 535, which is not cheating. Thank you, Marvel Puzzle Quest, for not cheating on this character. And is arguably one of his better builds. Vulture, when he came onto the scene originally, was a big threat, and to this day he could still become a big threat if you let him. He was one of the first 4 stars ever to incorporate flying upon himself as a positive thing. Usually when someone became airborne in this game, it was not a good thing. Nova would knock you airborne, and then within 2 turns you'd coming back to the ground and be, you know, take a bunch of damage. I mean, if Colossus threw you, 3-star Colossus that is, it's an expensive cost, like 13 black, but you'd get a free power out of it. That's kind of nice. There wasn't a lot of issues. I mean, a lot of situations, I should say, where airborne came into play. But more importantly, enter Vulture. Vulture changed that. He single-handedly made everyone fear airborne characters because he goes in the air for only 6 black, and he creates, God, if you put it up to 5, let me see if I can remember correctly, 4 green, 3 blue, 2 black, and 1 red AP. You can check my math on it or my memory, but that's per turn that he's airborne. So his green and blue get fueled by himself quite handily. His blue, when in the air, well, let's just say what it is. Blue will do some damage and get rid of a couple enemy tiles. More importantly, if you have 10 blue AP or more, he automatically fires it when going up in the air, and it also gets rid of countdowns and like repeaters and stuff like that when he goes into the air, you know, like, as a passive. And then his green does okay damage, But if you fire it off and then go in the air, it now becomes a team hitting ability. It's still a countdown tile, but it's much more powerful than it has a right to be. It's mainly because of Vulture that they introduced 5-star Archangel, whose passive is whenever someone goes airborne, he knocks you down, basically stuns you and does some damage. Vulture single-handedly ushered in Archangel's ability to neuter the airborne game. The hardest thing about airborne characters is that once they're airborne, you can't hit them with anything. It has to specifically target airborne, like Archangel's passive ability does, or Elsa Bloodstone's red ability. If it doesn't specifically target, you're immune to everything. And that just means that you're safe until you come back down and start matching again. So Vulture is pretty deadly foe to go up against. And so it makes me wonder, how hard is this fight going to be? He's set at 535. Don't let him get 6 black. We get to go in as Miguel O'Hara. The nice thing about Miguel is that we get a lot of damage on our side real easy. I'm going to start with his yellow because it's probably one of my favorite abilities to abuse. Whenever you match a blue, black, or yellow, blue, black, or yellow match, or whenever any friendly hero does, so keep that in mind for using, I don't know, Okoye. You create 3 green, purple, red web tiles and deal some damage. Why is that a big deal? That's passive. You're passively doing 750 damage, passively creating 3 more webs. And those webs are a huge deal for you web-based teams. Miles Morales loves Miguel O'Hara, okay? Because, well, I should say they love each other. Because Miguel is over here making free webs, while Miles will get free AP out of them. Free purple, red, and blue AP out of every web ever matched by anyone. They're a great team. Peanut butter and jelly, so to speak. His blue is a pretty decent stun. It costs a little more than the average one, being 8, but still good. It stuns them for 4 turns, but that 4 turns makes them actually take 75% more damage as long as that countdown tile is out there. So it's another damage booster. Remember, damage boosts don't stack, by the way, in case you ever thought they did. So if Spider Bite is out, Okoye won't stack with it. Her Wakanda Forever, it basically whichever one does more damage is going to be the one that does the damage. Friendly bit of trivia for you. And finally, Uprising. Probably his weakest one, but still good. If I put up to 5, here you can see, deals some damage to the target, converts 5 web tiles to 1-turn countdowns that deal a good healthy 4k damage to a random enemy. That's 5 times 4, that's 20,000 plus the initial 2, that's 22,000 damage for 9 black AP. That's a really good deal. Of course, that means you're using your webs for that. Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy, etc., might not approve of such web tile usage, but hey, if you end the fight this way, who's going to complain? I put it at 3 generally, though, just because my other web heads out there will like to use those webs for other things. And that's pretty much where we're going to go with this. I'm going to use this build in this way, this manner. We're going to really bank on hitting black, blue, and yellow matches all we can to get that free damage out there and see what we can do to them. Let's take off the boosts. Let's get to the game. Let's put it on animations. Okay, Vulture, let's do this. Good, we both did a useless red match to start. Awesome. Now remember, we don't want him getting black. If he gets 6 black, I don't want to say it's game over, but it might as well be. Look at that. That's a black and a blue match. That's an extra 1,500 damage right there. So there's a whole reason why this is important. I'm going to match this purple because black will come with it. And I would want less black on the board. I don't need Vulture taking it. So now we got plenty of webs out there, so I can abuse this Uprising. He's almost done. Uprising would have killed him if I put it at 5. My bad, I guess. But, you know, you can't really plan for what's on the board. Bye, Vulture. Easy, easy fight. Vulture doesn't have a lot of hit points. So really, at the end of the day, as long as you're smacking him often enough, and that yellow, that harbinger of heroes, that yellow passive is enough to get the job done. So definitely use it, abuse it, and you know, just get that legendary token for yourself. So that's it. That's Deadpool Daily. That's Crash the Titans featuring Miguel O'Hara today. By the way, look at Puck coming on into the game. Do you know who Puck is? Don't worry, not a lot of us do. Some of us might be older comic book heads that remember him. He was from Alpha Flight and what was it, Omega Flight or something like that as well. He's a Canadian superhero. He's supposed to be, you know, part of the whole, like, he's infested by a demon, a satyr or something like that. And you know that's Puck. You know, it's like a mythology thing, and that's great. It's just, I find it kind of tongue-in-cheek that they made his name Puck, and yet they gave him Slapshot, you know, as an ability, and he's rubber, and he's smaller, and like, okay, Canadian hero, hockey, we get it. We get the joke. Anyways, okay, thank you very much for watching. I gotta actually do work now, so excuse me while I actually put in my solid 8. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching. See you next time.